Hello everyone! Welcome to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be resuming the MSQ. We, in the last three parts, had completed all of the role quests. I figured I either was close to level 80 or at level 80, might as well knock them out. With that, let us continue going on. If you like what you see at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. And without further ado, let us talk to Urianjay. I believe I had spoken with everyone. Yeah, I had spoken with everyone, so... Yeah, Urianjay to storm-tossed seas. To storm-tossed seas. Urianjay is patiently awaiting word that you are ready to depart. Now I am. Thine affairs are in order. Then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus I would petition thee for... thus I would petition the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words on explanation, I bid thee follow me unto the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee. Who's a member of the Fae folk, not an Ilmig, other than the bit of, the bit of Faerul that hangs around with me. This is a wad. Whatever is going on. Is that the Fae right there? That island? Well, for one thing, how does Urianjay and whatnot? Because I could have sworn. Maybe they got a boat and there are boats here, but I mean, like, Alphino certainly couldn't swim. Oh. I overshot. There to the west, canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close, and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt soon divine the reason for my existence. Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder where thou mayest. Glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island and spare one and all the spectacle of my inept strokes. Okay, so Urianjay, yeah, I thought Urianjay could swim. I knew for certain Alphino needed flotation devices, and certainly came close to dying in the Ruby Sea. Hmm. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. See, I'm sorry, I must have clicked too fast. You can see it in the chat. It's covered up by the internet. Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface gently shifting, or was it your imagination? Ah, there you are. Once you've completed your underwater investigations, the path here leads to the top of the island. If you've solved Arianje's little mystery, then you can find him further up the slope. 'Twas all rather obvious to my eyes, though I concede I have an unfair advantage. Yeah, I'm sure you could probably tell that this is, you have a horn shape. It looks like there's a tail here. Shape of some wings. Am I thinking Bismarck? Seeing it up close, I'm not sure what's so special about this island. The locals call this the Isle of Ken, which I presume must refer to knowledge. Either that or someone was being awfully zealous about marking his territory. This lake is enormous. Assuming my geography is correct, this would be the mirror of Silvertier back in the source, although the size hardly compares. Giant horn. Yeah, I'm getting Bismarck vibes from this person, from this place. Well, what hast thou discerned? I've discerned that it's an ordinary island. It reminds me of a certain primal. It's just like the big one. Yes, yes. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Pixies, we are even now perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. I had a feeling the shape was kind of indicative. Aye, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale revered by the Vanu Vanu of the Source. I would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep and thence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter hamlets neath the ruby sea. With its compass, we may move unencumbered, and within its compass, we may move unencumbered and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail. Fallen si lor wislan, adas si alina.
Van urs atslir, olfod thim, iri guath thi.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
Yeah, we need fail.
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight. Oh, my precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can. Gers Bismail win picked. Van dromi drom jakom. Van red rithje.
Ahai una, sahawin wilsk. Isne rim, sur vierlo.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. It's only good manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Lo fallo ruis. Van in narsitar. Dir sidagnai.
Well, here we go.
And just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods. I could live 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
You see that?
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
Whoa there!
It's not stopping. Run! Run!
Lo vanana ana. Tilden sito. Iri almsi. Funne. Aktva thonyasni. Tagnai.
Wow.
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare. In defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
I dare say Oriandre endured much playful attention from the Pixies to learn the lore of Bismarck. He is nothing if not a dedicated scholar. Okay. Well, this is awkward. I get to splice those together. In case you were wondering what the hiccup there was, I got hit with a 90k error. Not sure why. The stream just crashed right as we made it to the Tempest. So we got to go back in. Oh, okay. So So let's do this again. I dare say Ranjay endured much playful attention from the Pixies to learn the lore of Bismarck. He is nothing if not a dedicated scholar. There, that's much better. With all that water out of the way, we'll be able to venture quite some distance, and itself must be hiding around here somewhere. This is amazing! I can't even see the surface. Bismarck must be powerful indeed to create a dome of this size. I can only pray to whichever gods are listening that it continues to hold. I remember being impressed by the domes of the Ruby Sea, but this makes them look like bubbles in a stream. Again, sorry about that disconnect. I have no idea what happened to cause it. It just crashed all of a sudden. Everything was fine, and then it crashed. Ha ha. How glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the Tempest, safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmett Sulk, and I believe the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee into the rift, yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its power of temporal transportation. Thus I am all but certain that this underwater realm harboreth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. In the event that you leave this area, speak with Inuil at Venmont Yards and Calusia to return to the Tempest. Okay. Come, let us begin our search. I don't think anyone else has new dialogue. Yeah. Okay. Waiting in the depths, Thancred casts his gaze across the waterless expanse before you. Now as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt him itself will be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Let us be off then, but watch your footing, the ground is still wet and like to be slippery. Pick up an ether current. This outcrop seemeth natural enough. I think Thancred has the right idea, but I can't help but wonder what Emmett Sulk would be doing down here without the aid of gills and fins. The ocean floor is a strange place to be, of course, but its ether, 'tis like naught I've ever seen. Sorry, I'm just on a find ether current craze right now. I'll just see if I can find it. Ah, there it is. Whoa. This certainly doesn't look natural. Okay, I found something. Another physical structure. What the hell are buildings doing down here on the seafloor? Uh-oh. There's an Ondo struggling. Wait! Ooh, etherite. Must attune. There, now I can come back to and fro without needing to worry. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? Ah, so this is where the Onto make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct a most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? The mysteries have stirred, and we have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I am reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. It could be Emitselk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if the Ondo refuse to speak with us... Myrokos, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo? The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach we can build a similar relationship here. What kind of approach did you have in mind? The chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain our all too dramatic arrival hath thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical to them, they may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores, but very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I have nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation, but I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. We will make allies of the Ondo. Let's do what we do best. I'll do what I can, I suppose. And let's do what we do best. Then it's settled. Ishtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. You are Alphanoom's friend? Oh wait, is this the person? Myrokos, you won't believe who I've just bumped into. This is Pasha's son. The very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited, and you did not come. Then the Mistel came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry, Pasha's own. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps where the dry return. The cavern to the north is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crabs, for we are the swifter swimmers. But now there is no water. We run, they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many. I believe I can be of assistance there. And what of you, Myrokos? If you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Where the Dry Return has a rather ominous ring to it. Where the Dry Return is filled with crimson coral. We imagine its branches to be the veins of finless ones. The cave a resting place for those who perished at sea. Okay. Yay, I can go this way. Weird that the combat music is not being played. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but... Please be mounted, enable normal battle music. Not seeing anything that doesn't look out of the ordinary. Wow, my FPS is pretty low. Okay, not that I made any changes, but... Look out. There's actually something I want to test. No, that's character configuration, system configuration. Okay. Okay, so the mount music works as just something weird, maybe a glitch with the combat music. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that, of the Shadowbringers combat music. I find it personally very distracting, like when you're in the world and then a mob decides to come after you. Especially when you're focused on something else. Well, let's see what we can do going this way. Speaking of coming this way, oop. Wow, that's a bit of a drop. Oh, whoa, I nearly died there. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, at least I was able to come from a great height. Ugh. Ah, as I suspected. Yep. I have no idea what you were suspecting, but yeah, there are definitely physical structures here that are not intrinsically native. Okay. You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. I see you've returned. You've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say that you have. We have reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Posh. This was but a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam aimless and lost until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water, yet somehow they had been spared. The scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course. And from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they return. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find one welcome here. A truly astonishing history, yet I cannot help but wonder how will the significance or otherwise of our arrival be decided. The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Pasha-san, and we'll continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand, only do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Okay? Ooh, blue crest. Ooh, and gemstone trader. Gemstone trader is available. Not that I have much to trade, mind you, but yeah. Coal of the Cups. Nauseous Coal is eyeing you with naked interest. Hail, finless one, and welcome to the Cups. Long have I wanted to converse with one of your kind. I am called Nauseous Coal. How may I address you? Myrokos tia? Myrokos tia. Curious. Before we speak at length, there is something I will show you. Let us leave behind the cups and head due west. Come. No, it could be that the battle music is has been deactivated for this zone due to the fact that it's the Tempest. Wreckage from a ship. These are relics of your kind, yes? The leavings of a ship that sailed the seas above long, long ago. They lie as they fell, untouched by any Ondo, for most have little interest in the affairs of the Finns. I, however, do. Ever since I was saved by one of yours, after being washed ashore, weary and near death. Such kindness is rare and a rare and wonderful thing, and I would know more of the people who showed it to me. And so I ask you, Myrokos, to teach me of your ways, these objects. For example, what purpose do they serve? How are they to be used? Narsha's call gestures the nearby debris, entreating you to inspect them closely and offer up a detailed explanation. Among the debris, you spy what appears to be a rotting ship's wheel. That was carved from the wood of one of your many trees, yes? What purpose does this particular contraption serve? It's used to steer a ship at sea. Ah, the vessels of your kind, the vessels your kind uses to traverse the waters. Then, without a wheel, it is at the mercy of the wind and the currents. I see. Among the debris, you spy what appears to be the remnants of several shattered bottles of wine. Such fragile containers they were. I suspected they once contained something of great value. What can you tell me of their purpose? They were used to store intoxicating spirits. They were used as makeshift weapons, first to bludgeon, then to stab. Fragrant liquids which cloud the mind. I have heard of these before. Do friendless ones so delight in dulling their wits? Thank you, Myrokos. In our short time together, you have already taught me so much. A pity that none of these pearls of wisdom will serve my needs. Narcissus, what are you thinking, wandering off on your own with this finless one? This is no time for you to fiddle with their leavings. The Clutch Mother is in terrible distress. No, you do not understand. I brought him here to... Pray forgive this child his impudence. I am Xerosius and on behalf of the Clutch Mother, I come to entreat your assistance. It seems you do not realize that in driving back the waters of the Tempest, you have placed our beloved Clutch Mother, the leader of the Ondo, in mortal peril. She is pregnant. Here in the depths, she will give birth to many, many eggs. We male Ondo will then take them into our care and raise them up as our own. But absent the flowing waters, we know not if she will be able to deliver them safely. If not, the future of our people will be in jeopardy. Uh-oh. The Flood of Light claimed many Ondo lives, though we have rebuilt our numbers somewhat in the decades since. It would be devastating to lose an entire generation, or worse, the Clutch Mother herself. She wishes to speak with you directly, that we might together find a solution to this dilemma. Will you return with me to the cups? Nauseous. Come, I will not let you trouble our guest or the Clutch Mother further. Everything I have done for her. Yeah, I love the music. Yeah. If only he would listen. Beyond this gate resides the Clutch Mother. Approach and hearken to her words. Honored guest, I, Clutch Mother the Onda, do bid you welcome to our realm. You will forgive me for receiving you in this fashion. For the safety and well-being of my children unborn, I must remain within, away from the dangers without. As you know, under normal circumstances, this place would be filled with blessed water, from which I would draw strength and support to bring these eggs into the world. Alas, I am but half submerged now, and I fear for my ability to fulfill my sacred duty. I am given to understand you and yours are the ones responsible for drawing back the waters of our home. With good reason, I am sure. However, it is my sincere hope that you will agree to aid us, given that you are responsible for this state of affairs. Fear not, I desire no direct assistance. Rather, I would beg a boon of your people's knowledge of childbirth and how the finless ones ease the burdens of their struggling mothers. Zerocious Owen will be my agent in this matter. Heed his words and answer his questions. This is all I ask. Do you consent? I thank you, honored guest. Go well. Then it is agreed. However, I must consult with her attendants before we speak further. For now, I bid you and Nauseous Cole to go about your business, but be ready if called upon. But wait, Myrokos. Have you a moment to converse in private? Outside the cups, please. I will seek you and Nasha outside if you says out if you are needed. For now, I bid you go about your business, honored guest. Or do you wish to speak with the Clutch Mother herself? Is that why you are come? If so, I shall inform her at once. Are you worried for my well-being? Worry not. I am well and in good health. Should that change, I will send for you. I'm just doing this to get the ether current. "'Tis a rare thing indeed to be granted an audience with the Clutch Mother. I hope this serves to help you understand how important these eggs are to us. Before you came to the cops, I had been searching for a means to assist her in giving birth. That is why I have been studying the relics of your people. Unfortunately, I have found nothing that seems suitable for this purpose. I cannot stress to you enough how important she is to us. She is mother to all Ondo, her every egg, brother and sister. We would do anything and everything to welcome them into this world and see them grow into healthy, happy Ondo. There must be some way you can help us to achieve this end." Well, I have the ether current. City of the Ancients. Ishtola appears deep in thought. "Ah, Myrokos, have you learned aught of note?" "Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come." She needs to borrow my eyes. Well, she is blind, but she can be rather clingy about certain things. Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be reading here for the results of your investigations. It's strange to be here under the ocean. It seems a lifetime ago that we stood amidst the trees of Raktika. Inspect the structures of the Ondo cups for distinctive features. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a building and examine with the left mouse click button. The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you have seen nowhere else. You set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying considerable pressure, you cannot remove so much as a flake of stone. And what have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. 'Twould seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade. Myrokos, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkan Empire, once the greatest power in Norvrant, produced nothing which compared to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkans, then who? Who were these ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect the answer lies with the reason Emet-Selch withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach, but there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emet-Selch is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascians' agenda. Or mayhap, 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Are you saying this place was built by the Ascians? Could this place provide power to Emet-Selch? I couldn't say either way. That is my theory. That these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities, but here in the first they might have remained untouched for millennia. A copy of the mural in the Katana Ravo. Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fanau after our victory in Calusi. Here in the first scene, by Emet-Selch's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? Yep. We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies beneath the east. Sand lies to the east, and the south held no such structures. I suggest we try further left to the northwest. You may view the Katana Ravel mural at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. The quest destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the building in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby in a location which allows a full view of the structure. I may have already found that spot. Did I have already found it? See, there was that structure, it was near, yeah, that's it, so, yep, I had a feeling. I just came up here for the ether current, but I had a feeling this was it. Aye, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess as to its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder. Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins. Countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of assets. And yet it did exist. They lived here in this city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mysteries stirring, of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus we can surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmett Salk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. The light of inspiration. Ishtola seems eager to share your discoveries with the others. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Pasha Salam again and ask if there is aught he is willing to divulge. Ah, Alphino's friend, you and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the walls of the Forgotten? I think I just came from them. The remnants to the northwest? Yes. You visited them unbidden. Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. I thought we were the first ones to come here. Well, that certainly looks like a Crystarium structure. Yep. And there's even a tree down here. Interesting. Oh, that's just great, that is. Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold, someone's come to visit you on the bottom of the Bleeding Ocean. Or might be as your ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade. Feast yourself on me, rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman what can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a Doman hammer. And that's an insult to bloody sea slugs. Grenold appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can psych him up. Yeah? You wouldn't be trying to raise my spirits now, would you, spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the Netherworld. Hey. Has it really come to this? Have we met before? Oh dear. What's that supposed to mean? Not impressed with what you see, lad? No, you just look very familiar. Aye, well, I may have let myself go a bit, but this was meant to be me underwater sanctuary, a place where I could concentrate on my work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet here you stand. Not, now what's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the Bleeding Tempest to bother me? Ah, the Ondo's lamp. Gods curse me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start. Uh-oh. I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivery date's long past, me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins of the enact of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion, but I just can't bloody well. Yeah, me mind's bleeding blank. It's like I've pissed away a... tell me you've got something to show me, something as I'll give me a muse. Give me muse a right good kick up the arse. The Ondo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their answering light got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal, but just being sparkly is not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Your thoughts turn to the warriors of light from the first and the crystals you discovered at the end of their journeys. Maybe Grenold would find them inspiring. I've let the Ondo down, but more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back to mended catalysts. Show Grenold a crystal which belonged to one of Roderick's companions. What's that you got there? Such striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter, and the transience of life, like the turmoil of history made manifest. Aye, I can see the brilliance of the crystals like I see. Ye'd never capture such a gleam, not if ye labored 100 years. But buck me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools, gods damn ye? I must set to work before the feeling fades. Okay. The illuminated land. Grenold is brimming with newfound inspiration. I can feel it, vision forming in me mind. Step aside, lad, and let me itching hands get to work. And done. I've taken the wonders that the crystal showed me and channeled them into a new shape what befits the Ondo's spiritual character. Not a bad job if I do say so myself. And to think I was this close to hanging up in me hammer after studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length and breadth of Norvern and gobbled up every scrap of craft and wisdom what I could find. But no matter which technique I tried, me work was just no comparison. I couldn't even figure out how they put them damn buildings together. A mystery for the ages, that's what drew me here in the first place. I built my workshop, got the forges burning, and then lost me bleeding will to craft. Thank the gods for that crystal of yours, or I might never have gotten back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon you're a little miracle. There has been through the kind of journey that sings songs about. The echoes of the memory it holds just speak directly to your heart. I can still feel him coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away. It's welling up stronger and stronger. Give me the chance, and I'll reckon I can weave the crystal saga into other things as well. But bucking me, I'd almost forgotten the Ondo's commission. If you could drag the lamp over to Toshal South for me, I'll sit here and dream up new armaments for you to draw. Is this one you now have access to Grendel's Forge? Equipment rewards will become available for collection based on the role quests you have completed. Aha! Yay! New gear. Granted, my right side is still atrocious, but can't be picky. Aha, so this is the, let's see, Is there some lower level that I'm unaware of? Well, surely it'll appear soon enough. What is that you have there? Reynolds lamp, this profusion of brightly glowing coral branches is most definitely not a kettle. The sacred lamp. Then the Finless One has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of aiding the cups, and you now come to me bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear has passed. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of the Forgotten. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered.
O stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
God damn it. Another audio glitch.
That crystal you showed the artisan. Was it... Did it belong to one of my friends?
I thought you were always watching. Missed that part, did you?
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal? I was right then. Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes. Impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?
The chieftain has bid me guide your steps to the illuminated land. Come, the way down lies downwards. Follow the path of coral and rock and join your comrades below. And there's the ether current. Okay. Meeting the Ondo was fascinating. They live just like us in some ways, but act completely different in others. The way they think, the way they play. I'd love to come back and learn more about their culture. Will the dome last that long? How long, I wonder. During the time I've spent helping the Ondo, I've been introduced to quite a few of the local varieties of sea life. Although sea monsters is mayhap the more apt term, probably best to avoid them if we can. We're on our way at last. It seems far darker down here, but I'll not start at a few shadows. We are moving as a group, yes? If Emmett is in that trench, then we'll have to assume he's not swimming in salt water. I wouldn't want to suddenly find ourselves at the edge of Berserk's bubble with no air to breathe. You have everything you need. If that artisan fellow is as skilled as they say, then you may wish to avail yourself of his services ere we press on. Okay, that's if you have any other drums, get the gear. In which case I may go back and get the caster gear. Myrokos made himself difficult to reach, yet every step we take bringeth us nearer to his stronghold. Let us not linger, lest the Exarchs suffer for our late arrival. Yeah, let me get the caster gear in case I need to swap. Hopefully I won't need to, but just in case. And I think I may avail myself of this. What is this? Ooh, okay. Yeah, I've got the tank gear, and I should be good if I'm able to do everything with the tank gear, but... Since I'm comfortable in Black Mage job as well, I might as well claim that. Okay. That's interesting. Alright, so regular pants, it's... Okay, back to Dark Knight. All gathered, yes, then I shall describe the path you must take. My cat just decided to cry for attention. And now you've made the stream. Enter the cavern beyond, and follow the wall down and down and down. Once at the bottom, find a passage to the northwest, then continue west and west and west. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance and do not stray into the deep. Just before the journey's end, you will find the Caliban Gap and the barrier replaced at its mouth. This obstacle will fade should you raise a hand towards it. We have made it so. A most succinct explanation. We shall thank you for your guidance. Right, deeper into the depths we go. Once in the cavern beyond, you must follow the wall all the way down. At the bottom, you'll find a passage to the northwest. Follow it far, far to the west. Just pick up the ether current. The rocks and coral bunch up by the cavern wall like a staircase of sorts, but be careful, you wouldn't want to slip from up here. Yeah, you wouldn't want to fall. I'd wager these bursts of water could carry you clear to the top again. Not that I'm eager to try. Yeah, they do that. Our guide bade us travel to the cavern floor and thence to the west. Yet 'twould seem these twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on direction alone, I suggest we scout with care and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. I don't want to go down there. The Stola hath forged ahead. We should Shall we continue our advance? The rock drops off sharply here, but I should think this coral thick enough to serve as a bridge. Myrokos, you have a choice of two routes from here. You can either take the long way to the south along the rocks or skip along the coral branch as Alize has done. I, for one, shall be following my sister's example and... so you can go that way. Or go this way. Okay. Phew, not to it. Alize has already gone on ahead. We should catch up to her. There you are. Come on, I think I found the tunnel we were looking for. Interesting. No! Missing dialogue! Well, that was rather more arduous than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude for the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. 'Twas a treacherous path indeed. Now I believe one of us needs but raise a hand to banish the next obstacle. Myrokos, I elect you to do the honors. Gone, just like that. I suppose we should head in. Like as not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let us stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? To attract you. Oh! I just wanted to talk to the others. Okay, fine. Huh. No, I did not want to chance the leap. Oh, that would definitely kill me. Hugging the northern wall on the way down seems the wiser proposition. That is a very long drop. Please, no heroic jumps over the edge, Myrokos. I don't think my heart could take it. Me neither. How the hell do these have such large... Where thy footfalls, Myrokos, our road taketh us ever onwards into ever deeper darkness. Watch your footing here. I wouldn't envy the climb back up if you fell. Yeah, there's no apparent way to get around that. There's at looks like there is a way, but it's not really a good one.
By the gods!
What? Holy.
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Then we are seeing the same view.
Wait, what? She can see this too?
The remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these... Everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
One cannot blame the Ondo for fleeing the spectacle of these brooding edifices. We, however, have not the luxury of fear. Emet-Selch holds the exiled captives somewhere within that vast city, yet even if we must search every alleyway, we will find them. When the chieftain spoke of lights shining from the abyss, this is not at all what I imagined. Why would Emet-Selch do this? Why indeed? You'd think all those tall, dark buildings would be frightening, but for some reason they just make me feel sad. It's big, I'll grant you, but cluttered city streets are far more conducive to infiltration than wide open spaces. This will work to our advantage, trust me. Myrokos, did you note the style of the architecture? It is the same used for the remnants at the cups and the murals painted towers. Look closely, Emet-Selch has not simply reclaimed these ruins, he has layered the semblance of an entire city upon them. Gods, the magnitude of his artifice is staggering. Though it pains me to admit, we did not fully understand the feats of which an old-world Ascian is capable. Yeah, get spell speed. We have found our destination, but how to descend to the city itself? The end of a world. Alize is steeling herself for the task ahead. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look at the tower to the south and to the southeast? We might be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. Ether current. Can Emmett Selk cook, or can Emmett Selk cook? Okay, so it's just the quests. Now, I can't help but feeling I'm missing something up here. Although I've got all the exploration currents. Definitely don't want to jump off of that. Investigate the imposing door. One moment. And for one thing, I don't even reach the railing here. Oh, wow, that's a tall door. Good heavens. I'd hate to be a Popoto. Look at the size of those doors, and now I know how pixies must feel. Myrokos Tia, recognized. Welcome to the city of Amarant. Will you be riding the lift? What? Did the building just welcome you? Mayhap it is not so passing strange. Did Emmett Selk not invite Myrokos to visit his abode? He did. 'Tis plain thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift services every level of Akura Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of some few hundred yalms of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. With an emphasis on the we, I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone. I wish to ride the lift, ground floor, now. As you wish, the lift will arrive shortly. Next stop, ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator, the Bureau of the Architect, and the Capital. If mine eyes do not deceive, we stand in some manner of communal square. Just a moment, I thought I saw something. Each of these towers seems a veritable city in itself. Even a gigas would feel inadequate in such surroundings. Seems peaceful enough, he said, tempting fate. I just can't believe how tall everything is. It's only at this distance that you start to realize how big the buildings truly are. What did the voice call the city? What did that voice call the city? Amarot? Look, over there. Is that a person? Ah, no, my mistake. That's a giant. It does not seem to have noticed us yet. Giant or no, a resident of this place may have much more to tell us. I say we make the first move. Alphino, you can't just... Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Oh, what adorable costumes. Are you children out on an excursion? This district has much to teach you. How odd. That sounded like no language I've ever heard, and yet I understood every word. Just as he understood us. Ahem. Which district is this exactly? You must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polylaretai district, wherein lie the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Can you tell us where to find Emet-Selch? Can you tell us who rules this city? We need to find Emet-Selch, but I'm kind of curious. Who rules? What a curious question. Mayhap you refer to our supervising body, the Convocation of 14. So Emet-Selch isn't the leader here? Emet-Selch is a member of the Convocation. Were you hoping to witness its deeds firsthand? Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final days draw near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Thus, you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We will be fine. Very well. Take care, little one. it just fade out? What was that all about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emet-Selch wove them from ether much as he reconstructed the rest of this city. The final days. Such words well befit the oblivion described to us by our Ascian foe. A catastrophe of unprecedented scale which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiac and thence Hydaelyn herself. But that happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert the disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alphino. This ethereal Emerald and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emet-Selch hath resurrected a memory, a moment in time before the star was sundered. Huh. So we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city inhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage, split up, strike up some conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quandary. And while we're at it, it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. To mingling then, let's meet back here when our jaws start aching. Good gracious, child, where is her family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance. The eternal fall of fiery rain, an incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of the phenomenon. 'Tis as if the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Emerald too resounds to that discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. see if we can go this way. But when you consider the implications of this, trust in the scholars, they will find a solution. One can never be too young to take an interest in the rhetorical arts. Welcome, little one, welcome. Okay. It would seem the hall is host to a most precocious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? Ah, the convocation and their handling of the coming peril. 'Tis only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which keep the star turning season after season. The speaker, La Habrea, the emissary Elidibus, the emissary Elidibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Logrif, Mitron, Emmet Salk, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and a matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Thus it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, 'twould be an unprecedented development and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I, for one, am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. How may I help you, little one? Do you wish to pursue the transcripts of great debates? Or peruse the transcripts of great debates? Or would you like to reserve a room for a discussion? We are here to serve your needs. So they have an entire bureau to house, to put people in, so they can talk. Interesting. Then again, they do say debates, so presumably there is something more going on here. You could perhaps explain the finer points of the creation process. Okay, nothing else. Etherite. Sorry, we will get back to the quest momentarily. I spy an Etherite. This is the Bureau of the Architect, Little One. If you require assistance, I should be glad to assist you, but are you certain this is where you should be? An audience with him at Sulk? I'm afraid you have the wrong office, Little One, and besides, he will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. Welcome to the Bureau of the Architect, Little One. I should be glad to assist you in locating the concept you seek after I have finished assisting those ahead of you in the queue. This is your first time here. Take a number if you haven't already, then settle in for a good long wait. Well, that was an experience. I was never very fond of being treated like a child, but it did make asking questions less suspicious. Myrokos, if I was not certain before, then I am now. The people of this city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled him itself to recreate this Amarat. And yet I fancy I hear his words to us echoing throughout this ocean trench. He would have his story known. Blue quests. Now they appear. Best to knock these out of the way now. Patronizing Amarat team. Community cohesion. Okay, so they don't like my glam, or in this case, my gear, or rather the appearance of it. a fire brand. Yikes. Ooh, to ignore the play of those one might conceivably save his own wisdom and his indolence like Louis Soir. Saying we cannot save everyone, sometimes it's all we can do to save ourselves. Yeah. Okay, let's see what this, a curious orb that will allow you to harness the power of creation and give form to the concept. That didn't seem like fun. In fact, it poisoned me. Not much, mind you, but still annoying. And that's supposed to be fun? Well, I suppose in a way it could be. But not to everyone's taste. So I need to use the ether of another living being to make these robes. I mean, isn't that what crafting is? In a way? As one might expect, the creature is rather less than pleased to have been bound and shoved in your pack. Okay, so that takes care of that, but it is coming up on 3 hours. I'll get back to Alphino and then we'll call it. Birth registry, yes, I'll hear you. Okay, so since we're coming up on 3 hours, near about, I'm going to call it quits for this part. In the next part, we will continue the MSQ. If you liked what you saw at any point, please like, share, and subscribe. On YouTube, give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells, make certain you hit all notifications. And with that, I shall see you anon, friends.